on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So we got a really exciting episode for you guys this time. Oh man, freaking super ramped up. Because guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? We're getting some super freaking bitching in the mail. Well, in a shipping truck. Well, like a shipping crate type deal. Pick it up on a button down. Comes from California, from freaking Socal freaking diesel. My engine's finally gonna be here. Yeah, brother. Super freaking pumped up. If you couldn't freaking tell, I've been waiting for this moment for like 8 freaking months. Well, actually even longer than that, because I've been wanting to put a twin turbo Duramax in my truck for probably a couple years now. That's why I already had that like money set aside for it. But then when the engine blew up, I was really chomping at the bit. But guess what? It's freaking here almost, guys. I just got the notification on my cell phone. It's supposed to be delivered today. So it's actually super freaking early in the morning right now. It's about 4:30 in the morning. I couldn't even freaking sleep because I was so excited. So got up, figured I'd do a little intro to the video. So it's getting delivered to my shop. So for now, I'm actually going to take it, load it in my dually, and take it on over to the Mad Scientist machine shop. We'll stash it there for a little bit of time until we got time to get it over to his home laboratory where the mega truck is. But dude, bro, you freaking, oh man, you freaking seeing this? We got a twin turbo freaking Duramax right around the corner. Oh man, so excited. So hope y'all are as ramped up as I am. If y'all have no idea what I'm talking about, y'all ain't watching the freaking videos. You need to, one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there on the channel name. Hit the like button on this video. Then you need to go back and watch all the other Killin It Resurrection videos, because now we're on episode 13, I believe. So you got a lot of watching to do to be up to snuff to know what the hell's going on with this mega truck. Because, oh man, it is going to be over the freaking top. Super mother freaking killing it, I tell you that. Real freaking deal. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Get back with you guys. Hopefully it gets delivered. Hopefully we'll start loading in the dually here in the not too distant future. Oh, brother, Killin It's coming back to life, baby. Yeah! I'm so mother freaking amped up. Y'all, if y'all been watching my channel a little bit, this is how I've been. I even had a freaking mega truck. I don't even have a truck. It's been sitting on the side of my house behind the door back there. Imagine when I got a freaking truck, when I can freaking hit that fuel pedal, hit the freaking nitrous button, start doing some truck tugs for y'all. Oh, now it's gonna be a good time. We got a good time ahead of us, tell you, I'll freaking tell you that. So, get back with you guys here in a little bit. Look what we got, guys. Oh, brother. Real mother freaking deal. Hell yeah. Super freaking bitchin', yo. Okay. All right. Oh, baby. Y'all know what that is, don't you? I mean, it kind of says it right on the mother freaking box. Oh, boy, I'm freaking pumped up. Oh, shit, son. Freaking super pumped up. Hell freaking hey, we got my freaking racing diesel engine right back in the mother freaking truck. Hell yeah! Been waiting for this for freaking 8 months. It's just about mother freaking go time, people. Yeah! So pumped up, man. Oh, can you tell? You tell? A little bit fired up, a little bit right here. Send that fuel pedal through the mother freaking floorboard. Well, now that I got to calm down just a little bit. So, got my freaking diesel engine, got delivered to my work. Bringing it on over to the Mad Scientist laboratory over here, R&D Concepts, and he's going to keep it safekeeping for me for at least a couple days till we get around to making the Killin It mega truck. That's her new heart right there. That's the Killin It mega truck's new mother freaking heart right down there. Tell you that. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to unload it over here at R&D Concepts. Whew, man, I'm freaking so ramped up though. Y'all have no idea. Oh, brother. Brian, are you as excited as I am?
Nope, because this is going to sit at my shop for 2 weeks, then my house for 6 months.
What? I don't know why you gotta be such a hater. This is an exciting moment. Yeah, brother.
Put it in there with your 8 foot long forks.
What the problem is? Can that thing lift this? Do you need me to scoot it out for you? Oh, brother. How exciting. Oh, son. right, y'all. Well, the motor's going to live here for the next little bit until we can get everything situated over at the Mad Scientist home laboratory. And we can get it taken on over there so we can start getting into installing. Reconvene with y'all here in a minute. All right, y'all. Today's a big freaking day. Time to bring freaking new motor over here. We got the old one out. If y'all didn't get a chance, make sure you check that video out. That video was super freaking cool. We got the truck over here, got it dialed in, got the engine bay all apart. So now, just got over to the Mad Scientist's house, and we're gonna go hook up to his trailer real quick and head over to his shop to pick up my new motor. All right, she's finally going to the Mad Scientist shop. You ready, Danny?
Right.
Freaking pumped up. Freaking go time, y'all. She's been getting stored here long enough. Oh, it's still free. Locked and motherfucking loaded. Off to the Mad Scientist home freaking laboratory, y'all. You're through it. Oh, brother, that is a box of fun. All right, y'all, now that we have had a second to collect ourselves, how motherfucking pitching is that engine, brothers and sisters? Oh, God! That's a real freaking deal. Tell you that. Tell you that. I'll tell you what that is. That is a freaking fully built Socal diesel LMM Duramax capable of 800 to 1200 horsepower reliably. Freaking liably. That's right. Oh, shit, son. Whew. Man. Oh, God. You know how cool it's going to be when that thing is screaming in the freaking hood of the Killin It mega truck. Oh, God. I'm so happy. Yeah! So the next step of the process, we're going to start looking at the old motor and probably trying to figure out how much of it we want to reuse and how much we're going to buy all new. Because Brian did make a good point earlier. It'd be a damn crime to put some rusted ass or burnt up ass stuff on that beautiful engine that's sitting right back over yonder. Man, this build might have just got a little bit more expensive, but it's okay. Like, all this stuff really isn't that expensive, comparatively speaking, to that old girl over there. You know what? I can't hate on this motor. She lasted a long freaking time. She has had a good life. Freaking super bitchin', bro. She's part of the reason why we were able to do everything we were able to do so far. Part of the reason why we exist. But we've got a new member to the freaking party. Real deal, y'all. That is one sexy ass engine. So I think we're gonna probably call it a night tonight. Got the engine here. We got everything kind of dialed in, staged up. So now I'm probably gonna be hitting the computer for the next few days and start looking at new brackets, because some of this stuff we might reuse, but a lot of it we probably are not going to. So yeah, that's gonna be a wrap on getting the new engine over to the freaking Mad Scientist home laboratory, because yeah, she gonna be bad. All right, y'all, so it's been a little minute. Got all kinds of cool stuff to fill you in on. I'll do that here in a second. But making a trip back on over to Dracon Coatings over here in Venice, Florida. Gonna drop the front bumper off from the mega truck, get all that powder coat that for whatever reason is kind of reacting and acting a little funky. Gonna get that bumper dropped off so we can get sandblasted. And then so I talked with a couple of my buddies that are really talented painters, like phenomenal painters, and just want to get their take on it, on if I should sandblast it and why the hell the bumper would have done that. That spider cracking and everything I was showing y'all, I don't even know if it was this video or the previous one, but where it just started spider cracking basically and the bumper is like reacting from underneath. And we had it sandblasted and everything before, so I really have no idea why in the hell it's doing that. And also I showed them those kind of gouge marks that are in the front of the bumper. Let me hop out of the truck and I'll show you guys in case it's not in the same video. You guys will know what the hell I'm talking about. Hang on. All right, so there's two main issues that I'm having with this front bumper. For one, it got a little goofed up when Alan and I, Slow Motion Alan, decided to do a little freaking pushing match over in the middle of the Freedom Factory when they were doing that truck tug event.
We turned heads, got the parking lot popping with the old school jam. Show up, we show off. We got the...
Yeah, that was pretty freaking awesome. Definitely worth every second of it. Might have goofed my truck up a little bit, but bro, get the crowd ramped up like that, worth every freaking second. But anyway, so other than that little bit of damage that we self-inflicted, let's be honest, it's being a little bit of a goofball. But other than that, I've got an issue with these fog lights. So let me show you. Now you gotta kind of be at the right angle to see it, but you can definitely see it there. See the Ripley mark? Like all around this area? Yeah, see, kind of twist the camera around a little bit so you can kind of see with the different reflections. See how it's like rippled looking? Now the reason for that, honestly, it was an accident, not a huge deal. Back when I first put that bumper on the truck, that was like many years ago. It's when I lifted it the most, like the tallest it ever got while it was still being driven as a daily driver. Had a 12-inch Cognito lift kit on it, and then we put that front bumper on it, and we put a winch inside the bumper. I think that's kind of all we did. We did that over at Upright 4x4 in Sarasota, Florida. Our buddy Dave took really good care of us. And that was quite a few years ago. I might even have some pictures of that. Let me see if I can... Yeah, looks like I did. So anyways, when I got this bumper, I was always having an issue, and I'll admit it might be a Chevy problem. Seems to kind of be. No, I had the issue with my Tacoma too. So for whatever reason, the headlight bulbs were always going out, and it was annoying as hell. You get that Cyclops looking freaking truck going down the road. And it just kept happening and happening. I had HID headlights on the truck, so that might have contributed to it. Maybe the ballast or whatever were goofing something up, or I don't know, something was constantly making those headlights go out. So when we put the bumper on the truck like this, and the truck was lifted as high as it was a 12-inch lift kit, I actually disconnected the headlights, and instead of running the headlights like that same feed, I use that to trigger the fog lights, and I just use my fog lights as headlights. And when we put this bumper on it, I really kind of nailed two birds with one stone, because I rewired it so that whenever the headlights were on, the fog lights would come on instead, just the two inner ones, and the outer ones would be my brights. That's kind of how I had it set up. But when we did that, I also switched over, instead of having the circular like factory style Chevy fog lights, when I had this bumper, I was like, dude, I want to switch over to the cube style ones, the LED style lights, because for whatever reason, when I swapped those over in the factory bumper of the truck, this is kind of a lot of stuff, but when I swapped those over and put those cube lights in the factory bumper of the truck, even though it was a square light and a round hole, which looked a little goofy, those cube headlights, or cube fog lights that I use as headlights, seemed to work phenomenal. They never used to freaking go out. So that all being explained, when I got this bumper over there at Upright 4x4, I asked our buddy Dave, I'm like, hey man, is there any way we can put the cube lights in here? He's like, yeah, you can, but it's going to be a freaking square light and a round hole. It might look a little odd. So I was like, all right, I know this is really off the wall. Can you get someone to cut circular metal pieces that have square cutouts inside of them, and we'll plug these road armor holes, like the holes that come with the road armor bumper, for a round light? Because you couldn't get this bumper with the square cutouts in it. They only offered it with round. They wouldn't do a square cutout. So I was like, can you modify the bumper before we powder coat it and put square cutouts in it so I can do the square cube light like I like, that's LED and seems to last and never seems to go out, and I'll use those as my headlights. So he said, yeah, not a problem. Well, he went in and did that, and he did a pretty good job, and that was way before I knew the Mad Scientist or any of the contacts that I know nowadays. So I actually kind of relied on Dave. I don't even know where he got those cutout pieces from. He ended up getting them and they seemed to fit and everything, so I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, like, the Mad Scientist wasn't involved with this sort of stuff at all at that point. But he got these, he welded them in there, tried to do his best to feather it out and everything with the grinder, But as y'all can you can see every little grind mark. And then when you put a dark color on it with gloss, makes it stand out like a freaking sore thumb. So we avoid, actually, a lot of you probably didn't even know this, but back when I was daily driving the truck and had the cage and all that, and I was running this bumper, I've been running this bumper for years, and I actually got cutouts of matte black sticker to put right over this plane. And it just fit. I mean, it's kind of a transitional plane, but no one seemed to know the difference. And I just had a matte black sticker that went over this, and since it was matte black, it made that little waviness really not be as noticeable because it's matte. It's really the gloss and the dark color that makes it stand out as much as it does. So that's problem one that I have with this bumper. That was a ton of backstory, but y'all get the gist. The other issue I have with this bumper, let me flip it over and I'll show you the other problem that we're having now too. I think, like I said, I showed it in another video, but in case it's not in this video or it was earlier on and you took a break from the video and came back to it, for whatever reason, this damn thing is reacting like crazy. And that is not from my little pushing match with freaking slow motion Allen, because we didn't even touch here. The only parts we touched were the tow hooks, a little scuff mark down here, same deal over there, tow hook, scuff mark over there, and we messed my fair lead up a little bit. But none of this got even touched, so I can't really contribute it to that. But all this like reacting, I don't know, it's something in the metal. I'm not knowledgeable enough about this crap to know what the hell caused it. But it does suck. And then around the edges and everything, it's starting to rust and everything just from rubbing. And that's probably because when the bumper shifted, when we were doing that pushing match, the bumper shifted up into the body panels of the truck and that rubbed. So, I mean, that's, again, self-inflicted. So a lot of it's my fault. But, yeah, I want to get it all fixed up. So that leads me to what we're doing here. Where I was going originally with my story here. I'm dropping this off at Dracon Coatings. I'm going to get it sandblasted. And then I'm thinking instead of powder coat, I think we're going to go with paint. I think I'm going to get a file board and try to see if I can feather out those planes where those ripples are. And then might even do a little bit of Bondo work to it. And then we'll go some good primer, good sealer, and we'll put some of my factory paint on it. It'll match a little better because powder and paint, you get them pretty close, but they're never exact. And we would put a little bit of that metallic flake in the paint too and really make it look super freaking sick. So that's what I'm doing. That's the game plan over here at Dracon Coatings, where they're always taking damn good care of Mr. Killin It. Gotta tell you, guys sandblasted a lot of my crap. Puts up with my stuff all the freaking time. So dropping it off, and then we'll probably reconvene in a couple of days when I can pick her back up. All right, man. See you all in a few. Okay. All right, y'all. We finally made it back to the Killin It compound, so I can finally fill you in on what was going on. Everything I was talking about when we were dropping the bumper off earlier. So my good buddy Daryl, he owns AutoWorks of Venice. Freaking super awesome dude. I've known him for years, ever since I was a little kid. And he actually, oddly enough, so he's been, I haven't really put him in the videos, but I've shouted him out before in some of the videos. He's been a part of the Killin It crew before the Killin It crew existed. Back before when the truck was the pole dancer truck, as some of y'all, my OG fans might refer to it as, back when we had the shark cage and all that. And the truck was like, when I was daily driving it, Daryl used to do all of the maintenances on the blue truck for all 6 years of me daily driving it. He was doing all my oil changes. I had the lift kits, the different lift kits that I went through throughout the years. I had those put on by different people, like different aftermarket people. He does a lot of like regular maintenance stuff. But as I had issues with those lift kits, and as I went against his instructions when he told me to stop lifting my truck, stop putting wheel spacers, yeah, he was like the voice of reason a little bit, kind of like the mad scientist. They're kind of related a little bit in that aspect. But as I was going through that, whenever I'd have these issues, he would actually correct all the problems for me. So like when I had things that were out of alignment or ball joints going bad way before I knew anything at all about trucks whatsoever, or even close as much I know about truck suspension nowadays, he was fixing all of it for me all the time. I remember the quick little story. I don't want to take too much time in the video up with this, but I remember when I first got the blue truck, that was my first diesel truck, and I didn't know anything about how when you run out of fuel, you've got to prime the diesel engine up again to get fuel in it. So I was on Alligator Alley coming back, and we live in Sarasota, so I was down in the Keys doing some fishing. I was in the middle of Alligator Alley, so there's no freaking gas stations for like miles, like 30 miles. Happened to be right in the middle of that damn place, right in the middle on the side of the highway, and ran out of fuel. Ended up turning into a big giant ordeal. I had AAA bringing me a bunch of cans of fuel. We kept trying to put fuel in it. Wouldn't start up because my dumb ass didn't even know about how you got to prime motors and all that. I figured it was like a gas motor. Put fuel in, it'll start up. No, it's not the way it works. And I didn't have a lift dog air pump at the time. So you got to pop open the hood, and you got your fuel filter right there. You got to pump it up a little bit. Anyways, he went through and actually explained to me how to do all of that. So that night when I ran out of fuel and all that, obviously I didn't call him then. I ended up having to get a hotel room and then get a ride back out to my truck on Alligator Alley. And I called up Daryl. I'm like, hey, buddy, how do I prime this engine? He was like, it's that new Duramax you just got? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, it's easy. Pop open the hood. He's all right, look in the middle. All right, look to your left about 4 inches. Look down a little bit. See that silver button? Push that a bunch of times. Okay, push that. Keep pushing. I hear it pumping. Okay, now this little... It was like he had the engine... It's like he had a duplicate engine right there in front of him and was just walking me through, like spoon-feeding me how the hell to go about priming this motor and getting it fired up. So needless to say, he knows these engines like the back of his hand. He's a little modest about it and says he doesn't. Dude, you ever seen him work on a motor? It's like NASCAR pit crew whenever he's working on this thing. He knows it like the back of his hand, for sure. So I explained all that to give you a little backstory on him. And he actually agreed. I got this random idea over Thanksgiving. I'm like, dude, why don't I reach out to Daryl? Because as I said before in some of the other videos, the mad scientist is extremely knowledgeable. He's a degreed engineer, and you've seen all the stuff he's able to do. But not a whole lot of experience with taking apart a Duramax engine specifically. And also with Mr. Josh, ton of engine experience, helped Brian build that LS motor. He's swapped tons of motors. He's built plenty of Cummins. No specific Duramax experience though. And then you got me. Yeah, it's like looking at Chinese. I mean, it's getting less and less like looking at Chinese for me. But right off rip, yeah, it's like me trying to decipher, I don't know, an encyclopedia in Japanese. Or I don't know it. So I reached out to Mr. Daryl and I'm like, hey, buddy. So he is always kind of ramped up about the truck. I think he kind of likes it a little bit, maybe, hopefully. Seems like he does. And he's always been asking me questions about it as we've been building it. And he knew about how it blew up. And he's helped me fix some things. Even since it's been a mega truck, he helped me fix a few different things on it. I actually had to trail it over to his shop. And he's like, man, I don't want to get up in this big ass truck. He's one of them guys a little bit. I'm like, come on, Daryl, please. I need help with this. And he always helps me. He'll pull my leg a little bit, but he always helps me. So I'm like, dude, we got the engine out of my truck. It's over at the Mad Scientist shop, his super bitchin' home laboratory. It's a pretty nice working environment. What would you say, like, if we work out some kind of agreement, would you help me take what I got from Socal Diesel and get it to the point of like my motor that we pulled from the truck? Like, get everything routed, get all the sensors hooked up. And I wish I could tell you more, but I honestly don't even know the terminology of what the stuff is called that we got to do. I know I'm starting to learn a lot of it, like the water pump bypass system and the engine wiring harness. Obviously know that. We got what to use from the harness. Like, I have a glow plug delete kit on this new motor. So like how we can eliminate that from the harness, or how we can get another harness, or what harnesses, what parts of the harness wear out typically, all that sort of stuff that he knows from working on stuff all the time. I'm like, dude, Daryl, can you help us with all this? And dude, he was super into it. Man, talk about striking gold with that one. Super lucky, super fortunate. Man upstairs, always taking care of me. I'm telling y'all, I ain't freaking kidding you. So he came on over to the Mad Scientist's house though last night, and we kind of showed him the deal, explained what's going on with the motor, and he's super into helping. So thank God, because y'all don't want to have me put that thing together. I don't want to have me putting that thing together because I know what it costs, and I don't want to goof up something that costs that. That's not a good look. It would suck a little bit. It would not be good at all. So anyways, he actually, after we went through everything, kind of explained everything, he went through and actually started wrenching on the motor right there. So here's a little time lapse of everything he did yesterday. Yeah, so he didn't do a whole bunch, but I was surprised that he was willing to work right there, actually. I was just kind of pitched the idea to him. I didn't know we would actually start wrenching. I was super, super grateful. So we pulled a bunch of the front brackets off and everything, as you guys saw, and got everything, because a lot of those brackets I'm going to end up reusing on the new motor. So he got those off so I can start working on, basically to give me some stuff to do. Can work on getting these brackets dialed in, getting them cleaned up and painted. And then he went through and kind of explained what things I need to transfer over, and like what things I can transfer myself. Like, it's kind of brainless work a little bit. It's kind of busy work, but work that needs to be done. So he went through all that. So bam, super freaking killing it. So that's where we're at now. I wanted to explain all that because, as I was kind of just saying, when he came over, I didn't know we were gonna start working. So we got right into the time lapse without any kind of like pre-discussion. So now it kind of fit into this discussion. So anyways, that's that. So now the next plan for getting this little girl together is I got to start collecting all of the crap that I have all around my house, my barn, my spare bedroom, all the performance parts that I've bought over the past 8 months since the freaking motor's been blown up. I got to collect all that stuff and start carting it over to the Mad Scientist laboratory. I'm probably not going to unbox too much of it or any of it. Maybe I'll box a little bit of it. But for the most part, I'm going to leave it together. That way Mr. Daryl and the Mad Scientist can kind of convene together on how we want to attack this. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and collect. We got this stuff's been sitting here for a minute. Got my new badass radiator, my new Mishimoto intercooler. That's pretty much all from here. Oh yeah, this is for the rack that we're building. Got some clips and some random stuff here. My new steering cylinders. Remember I said in that video, not the last one, but the one before, how I put the big wheels on the truck and the steering got limited? Well, the reason why that got limited, the truck's over at the Mad Scientist shop, so I can't show you firsthand. But with the way that axle used to be, my steering cylinders, they were not the right stroke in order to work with the way the axle was. So what we had done with the cylinders that are currently on the truck, we actually had cut them off like right here and like right here. And then Mr. Steve welded them back together, TIG welded them back together for me. So that way I could get full use of my steering. Well, now that was with the way the axle was before, it was a little bit short. But now that the axle is a little bit longer and it kind of mimics the rear axle, now I need full size steering cylinders. There's a tongue twister there. But yeah, so got these all painted up. And they got, look, I could put that sparkle in them like in the truck. Oh, brother. They're a little dusty, but y'all get the gist. So I'm gonna get that over to the Mad Scientist shop, and then let me get on over to the spare parts room / storage room for all of my performance crap I've been buying. So now I gotta start getting all this stuff over there too. Got my 2 nitrous bottles, got my freaking turb skis, all my stuff from Whirly Custom Fab, my Duramax coolers, new coolant hoses, yeah, vibrant clamps. Not sure what else is even in here. I don't know. So anyways, we'll load all this stuff in the truck and we're gonna head on over to the Mad Scientist shop. So without further ado, it's time to get to loading. All right, y'all, after a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, we're all freaking loaded up. You wanna see? Oh, baby. Yeah, she's a little stuffed. Got a little bit of goodies going on, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So, time to head on over to the Mad Scientist home laboratory, y'all. Just gotta grab my freaking co-pilot, Mr. Gunner, and it's freaking go time. There he is. You wanna go to Uncle Brian's house? Bet your ass you do. All right, y'all, we have officially made it to the Mad Scientist home laboratory, and it is super dark and you can't even see me. How about that? That sucks, huh? I guess probably better for y'all to see my ugly mug. But I'm gonna get all this stuff unloaded because you can't really see anything out here anyway. I'm gonna start checking out what we're working with, yo. That was good timing right there. All right, y'all, that took a little minute, but bam, we got everything unloaded. Yeah, brother, freaking killing it. All kinds of cool stuff going on. All of our vibrant clamps, our EFI Live tuner, big old boxes from Brick and Whirly Custom Fab, our new radiator, new intercooler, all kinds of piping and whatnot, the rally coolers, anything else going on, and the rest of the stuff that we got from Socal Diesel, like our new L5P oil cooler, water bypass kit, our CP3 pump. So that is, oh yeah, we also got the busted knuckle, or new PSC steering pump, super bitchin' steering pump from Busted Knuckle Off-Road. That's gonna make it to where I can freaking be on the truck tug pad and start doing that thing with the truck like I always like to do. But before, I used to be yanking like a son of a bitch on the freaking steering wheel to be able to get the truck to do that. Well, they're saying now I should be able to turn that thing with my finger. Oh yeah! So we got that over here. Then we got a couple other little details that haven't made it over here quite yet, but they're right around the corner. So that's gonna wrap up the video though for getting the new Socal engine. We got the new super bitchin' fully built Socal diesel Duramax over here. So we got that over here and a lot of performance parts. So that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you all liked it. Hope you all learned a little something. And as always, thanks for watching, y'all. Make sure you keep an eye out for the upcoming videos. I think the next thing we're gonna do will probably start working with Mr. Daryl and getting this new engine all rigged up so we can start getting her into the truck. It's right at our fingertips. It's freaking right here, y'all. I'm all killing it. It's almost back to life. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, y'all. If y'all enjoyed the video and want to check out future videos, subscribe to our channel. Hit that button right there. While you're at it, hit the like button at the bottom of your screen. You can also check out our website, killin'itlifestyle.com. There you can follow the Killin It crew and order your own apparel so everyone will know you're killing it!